It's Track ID Tuesday. I'm quite excited about this Track ID today because I get to listen to one of my favorite producers, one of my favorite artists, Andile Andy. He's coming out with his album Peace and Order December 2nd. Stationary Sounds, 14 tracks in this album, and Andile Andy, man, he does it again. Last year, he released Humble Beginnings. This year, the co-produced album with China Chameleon Brothers. So yeah, this guy's active, man. This guy stays active. This guy is putting out music, and when it comes to deep house with a sprinkle of soulfulness, when it comes to cool deep house that touches the soul, is nostalgic, it's got that church feel to it, Andile Andy is up there. Definitely a rising star, definitely one to watch, and easily becoming one of my favorite producers. And his album from last year, Humble Beginnings, that was my favorite album last year. I think at least once a month I find myself rediscovering, going through each and every track. Just go through that album from track 1 to I forget how many tracks to the last track, but it's literally every single track tells a story. Every single track is different. And this is a producer that can do so many things, man. Can do a lot of things very, very well. You know, whether it's soulful, whether it's a bit more kind of electronic dance, whether it's deep. This guy can do it all, man. Andile Andy, definitely, in my book, underrated, talented, very, very strong producer. And yeah, Track ID, as I said, today we are listening to Ancestors, tribute to Culoe, the song. Again, the album coming out December 2nd on Stationary Sounds is called Peace and Order. It's going to be a good one. This is a goodie. Yeah, I think it's probably going to be the biggest release on that day, that weekend. Not sure who's releasing early December, but this is definitely going to top the charts. For sure, man, for sure. Okay. Ancestors, tribute to Culoe, the song. There are 5 to 6 tracks that I had to shortlist and make a decision on which one to play, but I'm gonna go with this one, Ancestors, tribute to Culoe, the song. Let's get into it. This one is deep, man. This one is deep. This one gets low. It's got that bass. It's got those kicks that really, really connect. They are placed very well. Yeah, I like the introduction to this track. I like how he's opening up this tribute to Culoe. Very deep. Afro. Bit of tribal in there with that vocal. it's a very interesting track, this one. It's a very interesting track. The kind of church vocal where it says, all the praise belongs to God, makes it very soulful, but at the same time, everything else is so deep. The bass, the plucks, the notes. Also reminds me of Buddy Nice, the Buddy Nice sound this track reminds me of. There's a coolness to this track. The kicks aren't too overpowering, and I like how he's adding those church vocals, those a cappella, to add that soulful element. Yeah, it's one of those tracks like you're two-stepping, you're looking cool while listening to this track, but at the same time, there is that soulfulness, there is that emotional connection because of the vocals and the a cappellas. A producer that can do a lot. He does a lot of things in one track. It can be soulful, it can be deep, it can be electronic. Yeah, that's Andile Andy, man. That's Andile Andy. Track ID Tuesday, this was number 4, and today we looked at Ancestors tribute to Culoe, the song by Andile Andy, releasing on his upcoming album Peace and Order, December 2nd. Stay True Sounds. Unreleased track, first time listen to Ancestors tribute to Culoe, the song by Andile Andy, one of the fast risers in the deep house space. Active, this guy gets busy, puts out tracks, quality producer, versatile, multi-dimensional. This guy can do it all. If we're talking soulful, if we're talking deep, if we're talking electronic, if we're talking Afro, this guy's got it. Andile Andy, he can do it. This album is going to be a big one. Big release, Peace and Order, December 2nd. This was just a small preview of the 14 tracks. Every single one of these songs, releases, are A1. So watch out for that release. But first and foremost, watch out for Andile Andy.